Hi everyone, I'm Oki.
And I'm Trev.
And we are Trev and Oki. We're going to come up with something way more catchier than that. I promise.
In time.
In time. Because right now, our ideas are a little bit
suspect.
Excuse me, don't make me laugh. Suspect is definitely what they are. They're cringe. Just want to apologize ahead of time for all of the throat scratching and coughing that I will be doing. He is happy. All of the throat scratching. That's a word. All of the throat scratching that I'm going to be doing, as well as the raspy voice and the coughing. I have a little oof. Get it together, girl. I have a little bit of laryngopharyngitis, which is, in so many words, the inflammation of my larynx and my pharynx, or phalanx. I don't know, one of those words. And it just literally makes it hard to talk. Because they're like swollen together, so instead of them being open and closed like this when they're supposed to, they're kind of just giving just enough space to, allow some words to go through, I guess. So yeah, I just want to apologize ahead of time if I am coughing too loudly or something of that sort. Please forgive me and bear with me. But with that being said, babe, tell him what our content is going to be about this time.
Well, it's going to be a whole bunch of different things. First off, just whether we're going through our days in working out or we're cooking, showing recipe, showcasing some recipes, some healthy things that we've learned. Having fun, just kind of getting up, getting out, and kind of motivating people to do the same, I think is really important, and we'll try to do that. That was really the point, is that we want to try to do something for the people, and just let them know that they're, it's about the little things, and all we have is little things.
All we have is little things?
Yeah.
What are you talking about?
Like in life.
I mean, little things count.
It's fine. You already ruined it.
We don't just have the little things. Little things definitely count.
I agree. I said it. So of course I agree.
So something like that.
Yeah.
Something like that. So the point is to reach out and just like you said, Trev, or motivate people who find it hard to be healthy, find it hard to be fit, find it hard to be happy, which all of these things are definitely difficult, but I think being able to be that person to, what's the best way I can put this? Being that person that will possibly help someone else achieve, a health goal or a fitness goal, or just, being that person who can help someone else express their happiness in ways that they couldn't before. I think that's important, and the little things do count. We don't just have little things, but I definitely understood what you were saying. But the truth is, the tiny things do count, and a lot of people take smiling for granted. So, and with that, I mean, it's not just about smiling because something's fun. Excuse me. It's not just about smiling because something's funny. You can, dude, when I leave the gym, I am happy. I am so happy. I feel accomplished. I feel achieved. So, that's a great representation right there. It's just who smiles after they leave a gym? know, who's happy after they leave a gym? And it's like, it's those small things, it's those personal things that does indeed help with your health and fitness, because you got to be happy to do a lot of these things. You know, you have to understand that in order to be completely healthy, that personally I believe that being completely healthy does come with some form of health, some happiness towards yourself personally.
Right.
You know, but I also think that you can't be healthy without being happy, right? Did I say that right? Give me 1 second. Let me rewind just for a second. I'm trying to figure out what I'm trying to say. Right? So, you can be happy without being healthy. Yeah.
Yeah. The other way around.
And you can be healthy without being happy, right? But personally, that's what I wanted to say. Personally, my health and my happiness go hand in hand.
Yeah.
And it goes hand in hand for a lot of people. So, how many people do you know, including myself? Oh my God, I am so this, I am so that, I just want to lose this weight and I can't, and it makes me depressed, right?
Yeah.
But I go to the gym and then I start working out and I'm like burning calories, I'm losing pounds, and you see that day by day I'm getting happier and happier with myself because of my own personal health.
Right, it's
you
the
know?
confidence.
It's
the self-esteem.
correct. You know, so that's what I meant to say when I said that. Not saying that, look, guys, love yourselves the way you are, you know, but excuse me, love yourselves the way you are. Definitely do that and be happy the way you can be. But, you know, for those of you who have a hard time finding that happiness, we're here. For those of you having a hard time finding where to get that health and that fitness from, that's why we're here, you know. And just like vacationing and stuff as well, just like why, just understanding that you and we work like crazy to pay bills, to pay car insurance, to pay car notes. So just being able to say, okay, I'm going to take a week off and actually go to a different state and do something that I want to do, you know, that happiness right there comes from being able to get up and go to work. You know, you got to be pretty healthy. You know, you got to be mentally healthy and mentally stable to be able to get up and say, you know what, I can do this. I have to push through.
Yeah.
Right? You know, so just all of that stuff in general, I think is all really important. And I think that's why all of that, you know, that health and fitness and the mindset and the happiness, I think that's why all of that flows together. And that's why I personally think why health and fitness is important. So, I don't know, how do you feel?
I mean, I think it's one of the most important things that you can focus on.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's health, and I mean, like nutritional health and then physical health, just being so many things. It can be medicinal, you know, it's stress relieving, you know, it just makes you feel more. For some reason, for me, I've experienced this, is that every time I've worked hard at the gym, I come out and I feel like I feel more charitable. I feel more compassionate. Mm-hmm. You know, after struggling with something like that, I feel like I care about things more, about people a little bit more. So, I mean, I think that it just works on all that. Your mental health, and, you know, physical health, and you know, your spiritual being. You just feel more one with yourself after struggling. Yeah. You know, and accomplishing something like that. Yeah.
No, I definitely agree with that. Honestly, I don't think I could have said that any better. That whole spiritual thing you just mentioned, because that's something that a lot of people don't focus on within themselves. So I don't think I could have said that any better. So we are at the store. We're going to go inside. Sorry for the glare that's behind me. But I've already parked. We're going to go inside, grab a couple of different groceries from the grocery store right here. Then we're going to stop at another store, grab some more groceries, and then we're going to go home. And tonight's video is actually going to be us cooking dinner and showing you guys what we cook with, how we cook, how much we actually eat. And then, you know, on our way to the next store, I guess we can talk a little bit more about like the difference, like what meal prepping actually is. That's a good one to talk about. Or it can be a different video, you never know. But just like what we do in a day, and because we do a lot, and we go to the gym, we do a lot. So right now we're going to go in the store and get some. We're actually here for just strawberries. So we're at Piggly Wiggly because they have the best strawberries, I find. So we're going to go inside and grab some strawberries. Yeah, I think that's all we need from here. Okay guys, so we have some strawberry, we got us some zucchini. Now we are on our way to Walmart, right?
Is that where you want to go?
I think.
Throw some stuff in there, yeah.
I think go get some frozen fruit for smoothies, and grab some seasonings for dinner. So I want to talk about meal prepping, right? So the thing about meal prepping that I've noticed a lot of people don't understand, like they get wrong, is they meal prep the amount of food that they would eat on a normal basis, right? And correct me if I'm wrong, but is it meal prepping preparing your meals and portionalizing them at the same time, so that way you're not eating as much as you normally would eat? For those who, let's say, could eat about a full plate of beans and then, you know, another plate of beans, isn't meal prepping also supposed to be a way to cut back from an influx in the amount of food that you eat normally?
I think it's situational, depending on what you want from it. I think most of the time, I feel like it's for people that want their meals to be scheduled and portioned. I guess it could be for that, or financially. I mean, it's just financially, it seems like it makes more sense as well. It's just that, like, for me personally, when I meal prep, I find that it's way easier to, like, if I'm hungry, right? Say I'm starving, or say I just skipped breakfast and I'm really hungry, and instead of me going to the store, and, you know, when you're hungry, you just, like, you grab things out of your refrigerator, you start putting things on plates, and before you know it, you've warmed, you know, like an entire bowl of mac and cheese and like a baked chicken and some, you know, whatever you have in your refrigerator. You just like warm a lot of it because you think you're going to eat all of it. Right.
But when we meal prep, I find that I know that I can only eat one meal prep meal for that lunch, right? Because I've only prepared one. So I know that 4 ounces of chicken and those 4 ounces of vegetables and the 5 ounces of whatever other, you know, item we have in a plate, I know that I can't eat more of that because that's the only thing that I've prepared for myself. Right. So I eat that, and then I'm kind of stuck with only that, and eventually you feel your body getting full instead of just like putting a whole bunch of stuff on a plate and then like throwing it in your mouth and feeling, you know, stuffed at the end. Yeah. So, you know, I kind of just feel like those go hand in hand.
Yeah, I think they do. They work together.
I mean, you know, this is just me personally. Correct me if I'm wrong, but that's kind of just how I feel that it benefits in not eating too much of what you're not supposed to be eating, because a lot of people, the problem with waiting until you're hungry to eat is that you eat way more than you think you need. Right.
Overeating is a big problem when it comes to your diet. And if you want to be, I think, if you want to be on the track to losing weight, I think if you mitigate overeating, meal prepping is probably one of your best options.
Right.
Yeah, because everything's in front of you. You have a schedule, and it's all measured out. Well, I mean, if you do it right, it should be measured out, and you should be counting, you know, your macros and stuff like that. So yeah, you get a better understanding of what's going inside of you instead of just throwing it in there,
right?
Like a lot of people do, and then you don't get a chance to see how much calories you're taking in or how much carbs you're taking in. And, you know, you just kind of go about whether if you're hungry or not, or if you know.
Right.
Like if am I really hungry or am I not really hungry? But you don't really know what that is in terms of what you're getting in. So
yeah. Makes sense.
Yeah.
Well, we're at Walmart's. We are going to go in here and grab a couple necessities. I know we need to. It's time to change our toothbrush, so we might as well grab the toothbrush
and toilet paper.
And we need more toilet paper and seasonings.
Which one?
Onion, garlic powder. I think that's it. I think that's all we're going in there to grab. So we're going in Walmart. This parking lot is busy, so bear with me. Bear with us. It's going to be a crowded video. So let's do it. That's why you always wash your vegetables or any fresh things you buy from the store. Okay guys, so we are finally home, and we have all of our vegetables and meats set out. I'm gonna start off with our vegetables first. So we have two zucchini squash.
Yeah,
two zucchini squash. I peeled some of the spots off because they were either bruised or I don't know, they look like they may have been starting to go bad, like on a corner or something. So I just peeled certain ones off. It is essential. Personally, I like when I'm cooking, I like to keep the peelings, the skin on, because that's where a lot of the nutrients come from, right? And especially I know oranges is one of those that have a lot of their nutrients is in a peel, you know. But I mean, almost all vegetables are the same things. So we have our zucchini, and here we have some already julienne red onion. You guys can see it. Trevor julienne these not too long ago, and he stored them in wax paper.
I'm not sure if it's wax paper. Just vegetable bags.
Vegetable bags. And these things actually work. Then we have a bell pepper, one whole bell pepper. We will use the whole thing. We're going to rinse this in some hot water, because you know how shiny it is. A lot of these things have like this weird wax film on top of it. So we're just going to make sure we rinse that really well. Then we have big sweet broccoli. Are these steamable?
No, not this bag.
Not this bag. How do you know that?
Well, should have a microwave safe label on it.
So these are just like fresh frozen.
Well, it probably can be microwave, but it's the.
Nope.
If it's fresh, they're not gonna recommend you put it in the microwave.
It is heat to 165 degrees before use.
That means it's fresh. Most likely, that just means that it's fresh, coming from them picking it, and then it possibly has some sort of bacteria, whatever they would recommend you cook it before.
Ingredients: broccoli.
Yeah, there you go.
Broccoli has 2 grams of protein. Dope. So we have some Pick Sweets broccoli florets. It does say must be, what's that say, Trevor?
Cooked thoroughly.
Must be cooked thoroughly. Sorry, I don't have my glasses on, so I can't really see that small. Must be cooked thoroughly. I hope you guys can see that. I hope it's not like flipping. Make sure you guys are paying attention to cooking instructions on a lot of these things, because it is important. If they're putting it on there, then the odds are you should do it.
Yeah, it's for your own safety.
Then we have a half onion that we're going to use for the broccoli. Finally, I'm touching the bowl. We have 1 pound, 12 ounces of fresh chicken breast. We eat chicken like crazy around here. Chicken, beef, turkey. That's it.
Pretty much.
Pretty much. That is our diet. Veggies, whole grain, and chicken, beef, and turkey. That is it. Little note about chicken. Do not cross-contaminate. Well, with any meats, especially if it's raw, chicken, beef, fish, turkey. Do not touch your chicken or your meat with your bare hands or your gloves, and then go right behind and touch your vegetables, whether that be your bell peppers that you have to chop, your onion, or your zucchini, spaghetti squash, whatever it is that you are cooking. Do not grab your chicken bare hand and then do not grab your chicken barehanded and then grab, oh, excuse me, Nikki, sorry, guys, I almost just fell over my dog. We'll show you guys him in a bit. Do not grab your chicken bare hand and then touch anything else that you're going to eat, even if you do have to cook it. Personally, I say don't do it. It is cross-contamination. You will risk a high chance of getting salmonella, and you'll get food poisoning, and it is not fun at all. It's have you had food poisoning before?
Once before, yeah, it was.
It's not fun. I went to a wedding where my entire family, me, my little brother, older brother, sister, and mom, had food poisoning, and it was hands down the worst. Don't do it. Do not do it, guys. So, and for our seasonings, and I'll let you guys know what we're cooking in a bit. For our seasonings, we have some onion powder.
Is it flipped? I think it's flipped.
I think it is flipped, but it'll be okay. I'll just write it on the screen. oregano, ground oregano, which I've never seen ground oregano before.
It's first time.
First time. We got some garlic powder. And we've got some.
This is Cajun seasoning. I think this is a local brand. I'm not sure. What is the name of this? The Flavor of Louisiana. Yes, sorry.
This is Mardi Gras flavor. And it is the Flavor of Louisiana. This is the Cajun seasoning. Stay tuned, you guys. I think it might be flipped. Stay tuned to the end of this video. I'm going to do some little talking about this seasoning, where I got it from, how you guys can get some, and I just ask that you guys definitely go out and support the locals. Got this from an amazing family that I know, really great people, very motivational. Just so happened we work out at the same gym and they are there every day faithfully. So I'll give you a little background on the Mardi Gras flavor. Please, go to their website, support your locals, just do what you can, guys. Let's keep uplifting each other, right? Helping each other out. This is Mardi Gras flavor.
Okay, the Flavor of Louisiana.
And it is the Flavor of Louisiana. Because we're down south, we're Cajun, we're Creole. We like we like spice. Yeah. We like our food to have some flavor. And y'all, I tell you so, a little before we get cooking, these right here are literally going to be for like the broccoli florets. I might sprinkle a little bit here and there, but the chicken and the pasta sauce, it's literally going to be this and only this. And I guarantee this is all you will need. All right, a couple teaspoons, a couple tablespoons.
Not much.
Not much of it. This, maybe about 3 tablespoons in a full pan of pasta sauce, or maybe about 3 tablespoons on some chicken. But y'all, you guys will see. You guys will see this stuff right here. Just stay tuned. We will not disappoint. All right, well, let's get cooking. Okay, guys, so Trevor and I are going to go ahead and get started with preparing our veggies. We bought this julienne tool from Walmart, and it was really hard to use, but it worked pretty well. And we're going to be julienning the zucchini because we're going to use that as our pasta. Go ahead and put that zucchini in a nice sized saucepan. You want to add some water and boil it for 5 minutes. All you need to do is boil that for 5 minutes. Alright, now in another saucepan, or boiling pot, whichever you call this one, you're going to go ahead and add 3 cups of milk. We personally choose to drink lactose-free milk in our household, so that's the milk that we went with today. Go ahead and put that on a medium heat and get that milk nice and boiling. In your skillet, you're going to go ahead and add olive oil, just a little drizzle to coat the pan. As well, you're going to get that on a nice medium heat, get that nice and hot, and that's the pan that you're going to use to cook your chicken. Go ahead back and add 3 cups of cheese, whether that be Parmesan cheese, Mexican style cheese, whatever cheese you choose. We went with a Mexican style cheese because that's the cheese we also like. Alright, now that the saucepan is nice and hot, you're going to go ahead and get those chicken breasts. Fit those chicken breasts in your skillet however you can. Just make sure they're all touching the bottom and they're getting an even amount of heat on each side. Be careful, the oil will begin to pop on you, or will begin to pop and splash. So just be mindful that you guys don't burn yourselves. So like I said, get that chicken breast in your pan as best as you can. And you're going to go ahead and cook these for about 15 to 20 minutes. Just monitoring them and making sure that they are cooking fully through. You do not want to have any pink or red in your chicken. Chicken should be cooked completely. Always, always, always. Now what I'm doing here is I'm actually going to saute my onions and my bell peppers. This step was supposed to be completed prior to beginning the process of the pasta sauce. But that's okay. I just took the pasta sauce off the burner, replaced it with a saucepan, coated that saucepan with a little bit of oil, and then you're just going to go ahead and saute your onion and bell pepper on a nice medium-high heat. You want to get them nice and brown. Here you can see I did add some Smart Balance butter. You can grab from, you know, an Albertsons or a Walmart, a Piggly Wiggly. So I did add about 4 tablespoons of that Smart Balance butter, and that's just going to give it that nice, you know, buttery flavor. It is a healthier choice. It's less calories than your average sweet buttercream butter, so that's also a benefit. Then once you get that nice and browned, you're going to go ahead and dump that into your sauce. Like I said, this step should have been completed first, but fear not, it is done now. Give that a nice stir. Make sure that's all mixed in, and then you're going to put that on a nice medium-low heat. Now to season my sauce. In my bowl, I have 2 tablespoons of that Mardi Gras flavor I was telling you guys about. 2 tablespoons and all of this pasta sauce. It's all you need. I use Cajun seasoning. It tastes amazing. It's spicy. I promise you guys, the seasoning will not disappoint. I will give you guys the link to the website so you guys can go and get some. It will be absolutely worth it. Now here we have some cream of mushroom. I did add 2 cans. I'm not sure if you guys can see me adding in those 2 cans, but 2 of the regular size cans of cream of mushroom. You can use cream of chicken, you can use cream of celery, whatever floats your boat. Personally, I like to use cream of mushroom and or cream of chicken. Once you get that added in, you're going to go ahead and give that a nice stir. Here you can see I am using a whisk because it just helps mix the ingredients in better, personally, I feel. So yeah, go ahead and give that a nice stir in. Make sure that's all combined really good. And then you're going to have that on a low heat until your 5-minute boiling of your zucchini is completed. After you do that, you're going to go ahead and add that zucchini into that sauce. Look at that. That is some gorgeous zucchini noodles, man. I love it. Looks amazing. It smells amazing. But go ahead and add that in. Get that on a nice medium heat. Once you get that, you're going to grab your spoon and just toss it, stir it, get it nice and coated. Now the thing about using zucchini when you're cooking it like this is that it does not really evaporate the sauce. So you will have some sauce left over, but that's okay. You can always use it for leftovers. You can always use it the next day to make more zucchini pasta, whatever it is you need. Now, in my skillet here, I have lightly coated with some oil, and I'm going to toss some red onion and broccoli in the saucepan, in the skillet, on about a medium-high heat until that begins to brown. Here, I also am going to be adding about 3 tablespoons of that Smart Balance butter I was telling you guys about earlier, as well as a couple different seasonings. So I'm going to start off with about 1/2 to 1 teaspoon of oregano, which I've already added in. Then I'm going to go ahead and add in about 1/2 to 1 teaspoon of garlic powder, as well as 1/2 to 1 teaspoon of onion powder. There you see me adding in those powders. And I'm going to give that a nice toss, just to get it nice and coated, each piece of broccoli and onion, so they can each have that nice savory flavor. I'm going to do that until it gets nice and brown. You're going to start to notice the broccoli getting sauteed a little more and more as the seconds go by. I'm going to go ahead and make sure I am continuing to stir that zucchini pasta. You don't want it to stick to the bottom of the pan. And I did add a little extra cheese only because I wanted to. You guys don't have to add any more cheese, your preference. Now I'm going to go ahead and get these plated up and let you guys see the final results.
This is Jason. I am a cashier at Piggly Wiggly, also a self-checkout cashier, and have a great day.
I'm loving life. God is great.
Absolutely.
Amen.
Amen.